So hi everyone, good evening for this exciting class on Java tutorial for beginners. So we are going to be doing some live coding and I'm going to make the Java language really easy for you. So be sure to watch the entire class. So good evening everyone, welcome to our channel Manocha Academy and make sure you have subscribed to our channel and let's go ahead and begin. Hi everyone, hello. And guys, if you haven't checked out our website, do check it out, manochaacademy.com. We have different courses for physics, chemistry, maths, and the links are given below. And we have this new computer programming course. So computer programming with Java, where I'm taking live classes. So guys, if you haven't subscribed for these courses, do take them. They're on big discounts and I'll put the links below. And also guys, do share it out with your friends. Okay. And thanks a lot for your love and support. We now have over 3 lakh subscribers on our YouTube channel. So now guys, we are a family of 3 lakh people. And I really thank all of you. So big thanks from the Manocha Academy team. And do check out our website, manochaacademy.com for more courses. All right, guys. So are you ready to take a peek into the Java programming language? Let's go ahead and begin. So first guys, you know that there are a lot of different languages that we speak, right? So if you look at human languages, there's so many: English, Hindi, French, Spanish, Arabic, Portuguese. So there are a lot of languages. Similarly, there are a lot of programming languages. So there are a lot of computer languages. Have you heard of these things? These names like Java, C++, Perl, Python. So there are a lot of programming languages, JavaScript, PHP. And you know, it's the coding world now, right? Because computer is there everywhere and computer programming is becoming really important. And guys, so what are the most popular programming languages? Do you guys know? So first on the list is Python. And this list keeps getting updated, you know. So Python is first on the list. Second is JavaScript. And third, guys, you can see Java, right? Then you have C, C#, C, C++. So we are going to be looking at the third most important popular programming language, but it is one of the most important programming languages, guys. And Java is an excellent programming language to begin. Okay. So the Java course is, the complete course is there on our website where I take live classes. And some of you are asking, what's my name? So guys, my name is Sandeep Manocha. All right. And you know, I've worked at Microsoft for 7 years in Microsoft in Seattle. So I'll be teaching you guys computer programming. So guys, if you want to learn, yes, there are more languages like QBasic, Python, definitely, right? So there are a lot of languages for us to explore. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at Java programming language in today's class. So Java, there have been a lot of famous applications that have been created, like the Mars rover controller, the NASA Whirlwind, Wikipedia search, Hadoop, Minecraft game. I'm sure you guys have heard of this game. So there are a lot of famous Java applications. Now, what are the benefits of Java? So one major benefit of Java is that you just have to write the code once. It's compiled into this magic byte code and it can be run on any platform. What does platform mean? So here we are not talking about, you know, a railway platform. Platform basically means a machine. You know, so it can be a Windows machine, a Mac machine, a Linux machine. So that is the huge advantage of Java, that you just have to write the program once and it can be run anywhere. The code is pretty lightweight. It's an object-oriented language. So you can think of the world or the programming thing in terms of objects. And as we discussed, it's platform independent. Okay, then it has security features, built-in graphics. So there's a lot of good stuff and it's an open product, right? It's free. Yes, and the first one is called Vora, write once, run anywhere. That is one of the major advantages of Java and it became very popular with the internet because we don't have to compile it for each platform, right? So that's great. And so where do we write the Java code? So one, of course, you can write the code in Notepad, right? You can just pick up a simple editor and you can write it. But we'll be using BlueJ in today's live class, right? So I'm going to pull up the BlueJ environment and show you the real, live programming here. So it's going to be really interesting. So what is BlueJ? So BlueJ is this software which is called an IDE. What does IDE stand for? Integrated Development Environment. Okay. So what is the advantage of using this over a simple notepad or a text editor? It has an editor. It has a debugger, right? Debugger is used to find the bugs in your program. So bugs are not insects. Bugs are the issues, the mistakes in your program, right? And then you can use it for viewing the program code, okay? And here's the link to the BlueJ. So you just have to Google for BlueJ and go to bluej.org. This is their official website. And if you have access to a computer, you don't need a computer for my Java course because I show you the programming live. But if you have an access to a computer, you can go and download this same software that I'm going to be showing you. Okay, so guys, are you excited? Where to download Java? Some of you are asking. If once you download BlueJ, it downloads the software and the Java libraries and stuff, so you're good to go. Okay, so you just have to download it for your machine, whether it's a Mac or a Windows machine. Okay, so I'm using a Windows machine. I've downloaded BlueJ, and you just have to go to this website. Okay, guys, bluej.org. All right. And so are you guys ready for the BlueJ demo, and are you ready to write your first program? Okay, so let me pull up BlueJ for you. So, I just have to type BlueJ on my computer, and I'm going to pull it up here for you. So let me pull up this software. So this is, guys, how it looks like. So BlueJ is going to look like here, and you can see I've opened a new project here called Java Tutorial. All right, and guys, if you haven't hit the like button for this live coding class, because a lot of you requested for a demo class, a live coding class, so here it is. Please hit the like button right now and do share it with your friends. So Java is an excellent language to learn, whichever class you're in, whether you're in class 7, 8, 9, 10, or even class 11, 12, or maybe you're in college. So it's great to know. Right? What is coding? Coding is programming. That's what we're going to be doing. So guys, this is how the BlueJ looks like. All right. So first time you pull it up, you create a new project by doing project, new project. All right. And now what do you need to do? You need to create a new class, as you can see here. So guys, click on this button called new class. Right. So when you click on that, it's going to open up this thing, create new class. So we are going to type a name here for the class. So when you type a name, hello world. So let me type that, guys, here. So our class is called hello world. We should have spaces. Okay, so it should be one name. So you can see there was an error. So I'm going to write it as one name, hello world, and I'm going to click the OK button. And make sure you've selected the language Java here. Okay, and the class type is set to class. So what is the class we're going to be talking about? It contains the program. So let's click OK here, and you can see hello world is open. Can you guys see that? So can you see a new class has been created here on my software, BlueJ. All right. So now, guys, I'm going to click on hello world, and when I click on it, it's going to open up the program, which I'm going to bring up for you guys here. So guys, can you see this program here? This is our hello world program, and BlueJ has pre-filled it with code. So guys, if you take a look here, I'm going to delete all these comments on top. So you can see the first line starts with public class. Okay, hello world. So I'm going to remove the public word also and just make it simple. And all this pre-filled code, we don't need it. So I'm going to go ahead and delete it because we are going to start from scratch. Okay, this is our tutorial for beginners. Okay, so there you can see your class looks like this, class hello world. So guys, are you ready for some programming? Okay, so what do we do here? Let's say hello world is usually the first program, where we want the computer to print this famous phrase hello world, where computer is saying a hello to you. Okay, so let's go ahead and write it. So before we write that hello world printout, we need to create a main function, and we need to do this public static void main. Okay, so I'm going to explain you what that is. So main is basically the main function or the starting point of your program. All right, so guys, take a look here. Can you see it's written here class hello world? So this is basically the container here. Can you guys see that here? So if you take a look here, class hello world, this first line, right? That is the container, right? Because every program in Java is typically placed in a class, okay? And a class can have many functions, and the main function is main, as the name suggests, right? And this is where you write the code. And it's very important, to put these braces, because the braces tells it the class starts here and the class ends here, okay? Similarly, the main class starts here and it ends here. All right, so guys, carefully follow me. It's pretty simple. So this is the general template that you have to use every time. Okay, so your program starts with class hello world or whatever, class example, class my first program, anything you can write. Okay, so that is the name of your class, and make sure it doesn't have spaces. It should be one word. Okay, you can put underscores if you want. Then you open this braces. Can you guys see there's a this curly braces are there? We call it open curly brace. And then you have to write these words, public static void main, typically for any program. Now, what do those words exactly mean? We are not going to go into the details here, but basically the main thing is this is your main function and you need to have these brackets, you know, open and close bracket. All right. Then again, you can open this curly braces, right? And now start writing your program. So guys, we want to print we want to print hello world. So can I just simply write something like this, print hello world? So guys, do you think this is going to do the job? Hello world. Okay, this is not going to do the job. Okay, because Java is a language, just like English is a language, right? So we need to follow a specific syntax, because if I do this and I try to compile it, you know, it's giving an error here. Can you see? So if you see towards the lower half of the screen, can you see here, guys? It says error found in class. So this is not going to work. So what do we need to do? We have to follow the Java language. We can't write print. Java says we need to write system.out.println. Println is println. Okay. And system has to be with a capital. Very good. Some of you have already written that in the chat here, I can see. So I see Asta has already written system.out.println. Excellent. Okay. And then you open the bracket, because this is the print function. Always the functions have a bracket. And then the hello world, we need to put this phrase within double quotes. It's like a quotation, you know, and then you close the bracket. And every Java statement ends with a semicolon, guys. So make sure you put a semicolon here. All right. Have you done that, guys? Excellent. So can you see that? So system.out.println hello world. And let me try to compile this program. So I'm going to click on this compile button. What is the compile doing? It's translating our this computer program or this code that we have written into something that is more computer understandable. You can think it as binary code, but it's really byte code, which the Java virtual machine is going to read, but we won't go into all that details here. So this is going to be compiled into, you know, computer language, you can say, right? Okay, or machine language. So I'm going to hit the compile button. Oh, great. So now it says class compiled, no syntax error. That's excellent. Can you guys see that? Okay. So we have written our first program and we have compiled it. Awesome. That's great, guys. Now how do we run this program? So we have compiled it. So I'm going to close this program and we're going to go and right click here. Okay. So you can right click here and you can see the second option is void main. So this is basically, if you click on that, it's going to start this program. So if I click on it, let's see what's going to happen. So I've clicked on main and there you can see, right? Can you see, guys? Hello world has been printed out here. So excellent. Hello world. Hello guys. Right. And so here I'm going to open this program again for you. So there you can see. All of you can see that. All right. And see, I can change this, right? I can change it to, you know, please, you know, subscribe to Manocha Academy. All right. So we can change this string, right? And if I compile, so guys, do subscribe and, you know, share it out with your friends. If I compile again, it's compiled now and I can close this program. Now, if I run it, what's going to happen? Can you see what's been printed out here? Can you see in the output window, guys? Do you see it here? Right. So you can see that basically you can see, please subscribe to Manocha Academy, right? Awesome. So here, and you can open up the program and see it here. Does that make sense? Great. So this is how you write your program, you know, very simple. You just type it out. So this was our first simple program. You want it full screen? Okay. Maybe, you know, it'll help if I increase the font size here. Let's see if we can do that, you know. So you can go to the options, preferences here, and we can change the font size if you want to something larger. So let me try 14 here. Okay. So is that better, guys? Is that bigger and better now? Okay, awesome. If you want it larger, I can make it. So you just have to go, you know, to options, preferences, and change that. So you just go here to options, preferences, and change that. Okay. So very simple. And so this was our first simple program. And guys, if you haven't hit the like button, please hit it right now. So let me just close this window here. All right. So guys, make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the like button for this live class. Okay. Awesome. Great, guys. So now let's, you know, So we've written our first program, and that's how you get the output, where basically this is the output window that you see here. So this one that, I'm moving here. Okay. Let me see, where did it go here? All right, there's the output window. Let me pull that up again. All right. So here's so that's the the program, and this is the output window here. It just got minimized. Sorry about that. All right. So there you can see it. Okay. Excellent. So now let's go ahead, to some more interesting details. So we have looked at our first demo program and our first Hello World program and subscribe program. All right. So now let's talk about, what are data types? Have you heard of this? So Java has data types. What does that mean? So do you guys know? So data types basically can be divided into primitive and reference data types. Okay. So primitive are the basic data types like integers, decimal numbers, which are called floating point. Okay. And reference data types are classes, interfaces, and arrays, which we won't be talking about too much in this class. We'll be focusing on these basic data types, which are called primitive data types. All right. So why do we need data types? We'll discuss. So what can the primitive data types be divided into? Into integers, okay, decimal numbers, you can have characters, and Boolean. Okay. So what are integers? Just like in maths, integers are basically, numbers like 3, 4, -7, -8. Decimal numbers are called floating point. Okay. Floating point numbers. All right. So they are basically, floating point numbers like 3.14, the value of pi, or 22.8. So some numbers like that. Okay. And then characters. What are characters? The letters, right? So hello world, these are made of characters, and the string is basically made of a character. And what is Boolean? Boolean is basically true or false. Okay. So now why do we need data types? We're going to discuss about that. So let's take a look, so just like you have different data types, similarly you have different constants, right? So for example, you can see here in this example, guys, can you take a look here? So this example says you can have the number 100, or you can put the number 3.14, or when you put the letter X, it needs to be in single quotes because it's a single letter. Okay. And then hello world, we had put in double quotes because it's a string made of many letters. And then true you write for, the Boolean, true, false. So let me show you an example here, and let's pull up our program. Okay. So let's pull up our hello world program and, write something simple here. So we can say, so I'll keep this line, subscribe, or we can remove it also by commenting. I'll show you that. So let's say you want to write X equal to 5, right? Or let me delete this line, right? So that let's make it simple. So let's say we want to write X equal to 5, and we want to print out X. So can we guys do that? So system.println X. Okay. So now guys, if I compile this, what's going to happen? Please take a look here. So let's compile this, guys. So when I compile, you can see it's giving an error. Okay. And you can see the error by hitting Control K. So if I hit Control K, can you see? Cannot find the symbol variable X. So what is the problem here? So please take a look. Java is a strongly typed language, right? So you just can't write X equal to 5. We write this in maths, right? We can say, let the number be X, but we can't do this in Java. In Java, you need to tell it that X is of an integer. You have to be very specific. So it may seem irritating, you may be thinking that why can't I just write X equal to 5 like maths? But the control is being given to you. You are the programmer. You have the control here. Okay. So we can write int X equal to 5. Int means integer. So we don't have to write the whole word integer. We just write int. Okay. So let's compile and see this. So there you can see the program has been compiled, and let's run it and see, guys. So I'll close this and run hello world. And now let's see what's been printed out. So let me run it again. All right. And where's the output window? There it is. Okay. So I have to juggle all these windows here, So there is my output window. Can you guys see that here? All right. Let me pull it up here for you. Okay. So can you see the number 5 has been printed, and let's open up the program side by side. Awesome. So this is the basic thing, int X equal to 5. But let's say you want to write the value of pi. Then if you do 3.14, then what do we need to do? We need to use float or double. Okay. So Java has these data types, which you can learn. So we won't use int now, we are going to use double. All right, and now let's compile and see. So why we are using double? Because x is a basically it's a decimal number. So let's compile it, guys. Okay, so the class is compiled. So these are very simple things which you are seeing, but don't worry, we are coming to some more interesting things like a dice game and some more interesting stuff in this class. Okay, so stay tuned, guys. So let's compile this and run this program and see what do we get this time. Okay, so I'm going to hit the run button here. All right, guys, and there you can see. Can you see what's the new value? 3.14. So simple. Okay, so that's basically the value that we are seeing here. You could also use float, yeah, but typically double is used because you know it's more friendly with the functions and stuff. So we have used the double data type here. So different, you know, you can do different data types. You can do Boolean, integers, and so on. So those are some examples that we discussed, and basically, so these are the different data types which are called primitive. Primitive means basic data types, okay? And these are the values. All right. Now let's guys talk about operators and operands. So what are operators? Just like in maths, you know, you take numbers and you do addition, subtraction. You guys know this, right? So can you see here, if you take a look at this program, what are we doing? We're having an integer number and we are doing 10 plus 5. Can you guys see it here in the line written over here? Guys, can you see 10 plus 5 here? All right. So guys, can you see it here? This line 10 plus 5. Okay. So let me go ahead and copy down this program, right? And let's try it out. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this code here. All right. So let's copy this code and put it in our simple hello world program out here. Let's do that, guys. So I'm having to switch a lot of windows here and hope you can see the program, or, you know, let me try and see if I can increase the font size further for you guys. Let's increase it, let's say to 16. Will that be better for you? Okay. So hope this is better now. Awesome. All right. So let's go ahead and, you know, paste that code here. There you can see. And guys, you can always, if you don't want to run this code, you can always comment it out. Rather than deleting it, you can put this double slashes and comment out the previous code. All right. Excellent. And now guys, you can see, what do we have here? Int number equals 10 plus 5. So guys, can you tell me in this program, what is the operator here? What is the operator in 10 plus 5? Who can tell me? It's 10 plus 5, right? So what's the operator here? Can you guys tell me? So come on, I want all of you to try here. And guys, if you haven't hit the like button, please hit it right now. Wow, great to see more than 400 likes. That's awesome, guys. But please, excellent. The operator is plus. We are doing an addition, right? Just like maths operation, plus, minus, multiplication, fantastic. And so we are talking, the plus is the operator here. And then we have operands. What is the meaning of the operand? The things that are being operated on. So what are the operands here, guys, in this program? What are the operands? It's 10 and 5, right? Because it's 10 plus 5, so it's going to be 10 and 5. So what will the number be printed as? 15, hopefully, right? So let's go ahead and try. Excellent, guys. And I want all of you to participate. I'm constantly looking at the chat here. Fantastic. So there you can see we edited this program. That's why, you know, we have these lines here because it's not been compiled. So we can compile it directly from here. Okay. So let's keep the program open and let's also have our output window here. So let's go ahead and run this program. So I clicked on main and there you can see what is the output now? It's 15. And see X, the value of 3.14 didn't get printed because it was commented. Awesome, guys. Awesome. So this is how you write the program. So we had to write the data type integer, you know, write number. Number is 10 plus 5 and then we're using Java's printout line. So simple. That's right. And now you can have many types of operators. Plus is just an example. So here plus is the operator and 10 and 5 are called the operands. Okay. Similarly, even the equal to is an operator because it is assigning the value of 10 plus 5 into number. Okay, so we can have different types of operators, guys, like arithmetic operators, plus, minus, multiplication, division is, and multiplication is not X, guys, it's star in computers, the asterisk. Okay, then you have slash, and there you can see, guys, do you know what is this? Percentage is not percentage, it's modulus, the remainder. Okay, then you have plus plus to increase the value, minus minus to decrement. So there are a lot of operators, and we'll be doing those, you know. So then you have relational operators, logical operators. What is relational? Checking for equality, and this exclamation equal means not equal, greater than equal to. Okay, you have logical operators, and or, just like we ask, you know, are you free today, and is it not raining? Then let's go out and play, you know. And or, right? Would you like to eat, rice, or would you like to eat pizza for dinner? You know, so or, okay. So what would you like to have? Then you have, those are the logical operations. Then you have bitwise, assignment. So there are lots of operators, and you can, you know, read about that. But don't worry, we are going to go into some interesting stuff here. And guys, are you ready to write your first dice game? So we have looked at a basic program and what are operators and operands. So guys, are you ready to roll the dice now? Okay, so we are going to use Java to write a program to how to roll the dice. So let's go ahead and try. All right. So what do we do here? So this was our hello world. We are going to write this probably in a different program. So what am I going to do? I'm going to close this one here. Okay, and you can create a new class, right? So let's go ahead and click on that. So new class, and then you fill up here, and we can call it dice game. Okay, so guys, let's go ahead and call it dice game. All right, and just click OK here. So you can see a new class will be created, and if you open it, you know, all this Java is pre-filled, all this code that's not important. We're going to delete all of that. Okay, and we're going to delete all this stuff inside, because we are doing it from scratch in this class. And I'm going to remove public also and make it really easy. So just class dice game. Okay, and we need that main function, so let's put it in there. Public static void main. So you just have to remember it as PSVM, public static void main, and you have to open the curly braces and close it for the main function. So you can see BlueJ nicely highlights it. So BlueJ is an excellent, you know, software for students to learn and use Java. Okay, it's very easy to edit stuff. Yes, you can do Control A also and delete it. Absolutely, as Argo is suggesting there. Great. So guys, how to write the dice game, because we want the computer to randomly generate dice. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to make use of a random function in Java. So guys, there's a random function, and let's use that. So let's say we say double x equals math.random. Okay, and so it's a function. We're going to close the brackets, and let's see what it does, and we're going to print this out. Okay, so guys, we are basically going to see if we can make a dice program with the random function. So what is math.random? It's a Java function that generates random numbers in the range of 0 to 1. So I'm going to show you that. Okay, so let's go ahead and compile this program. So you can see it's compiling without any errors. So that's great, guys. And let's run it and see what do we get this time. So if I click on dice game and I click void main to run the program, you can see there. Okay, and if I click on it, can you guys see the output here? So what do you see as the output? 0.386527756. Can you guys see that? Okay, so it's printing a random number between 0, so it's from equal to 0 but less than 1, and it's a decimal number. Okay, but what does a dice generate? A dice generates random numbers from 1 to 6. So we are going to become maths wizard here, right? So we are going to do some maths tricks. Yes, so you're asking, like Infinity is asking, that why is this between 0 and 1? Because Java's random number, it generates decimal values from 0 to 1, and we can modify it to make it a dice. Okay, so what is the trick we are going to do here? Please take a look. Very interesting trick. So what are we going to do? We have to change this random number, because dice starts with 1. So we are going to add 1 to it. Okay, because we don't want numbers less than 1, and we are going to multiply this random number by 6. So see, I'm using operators here. 6 times, can you see that? 6 multiplied by math.random. So I can put the, you know, spaces there to make it clear for you. So it's 1 plus 6 times math.random. Or let me remove that so that, you know, it's easier to read. Can you guys see that? Okay. So 1 plus 6 times math.random. Why? Because we want random numbers from 1 to 6. So now let's see what do we get printed out here. So I'm going to compile it, And let's run this program, guys. So very interesting, computer programming. And there, guys, you can see what is the number now? 2.29. But the problem is, guys, we want, integers. We don't want decimal numbers. Can you see that? Okay. So we are getting 2.29 here. If I run it again, what do I get? So let's run this program again. So it's going to generate random numbers, There you can see 1.72. So at least it's not between, I closed the program, so let me open it. So it's not between 0 and 1 anymore. It's between 1 to 6. All right. Okay. And so again, if we run it again, can you see it will give a different value? So let's run it again and see. There you can see 4.38. So we are getting different values. So what do we do, guys? So we can do some smart thing. We can convert this into an integer. Okay. So because dice is an integer number, so we are going to say int dice equals x. Okay. But to convert it into an integer, it may cause a problem. So let's see, let's compile and see. You can see some errors are found because it's saying incompatible types. How can you put a decimal value into an integer? You may lose the decimal part. Okay. So we're going to do some smart thing here. We're going to do type conversion, and we do that by writing int in front of x. Is that clear? Okay. So excellent. So we have written int dice equals int of x. So guys, please take a look here. So yeah, this is called explicit conversion. Very good, right? So as Sumangal is saying, this is explicit conversion here. We are converting the x. We are forcing it to convert the double, which is a decimal, into an integer. Okay. So now let's print both the values. We have printed out x here, and let's print dice so that you guys can see both of them, the decimal and the integer. So let's compile this, guys, and run it. And there you can see 4.24 and 4. So can you see, guys, we are getting the roll of a dice. Let's run it again and see. 1. Excellent. Let's run the dice again. 3. 1. Fantastic. Oh, I'm not getting a 6 today. 5. 2. And can you see? So our dice program is working, and you don't have to print the decimal number, right? We don't have to show the user that. So, okay, no 6 till now. All right. Anyways, so let's go ahead and, remove this. So I'm going to comment out this, and we can just print the value of dice. So we can say dice equals this. All right. So let's compile it and run this program, and now you will just see the integer value. Can you guys see? So there's 5 for you. Okay. And if I run it again, 3. Okay. What are we getting? 5. Okay. No 6 today. Wow. We're out of luck. 5, 4. Oh, come on. So there's no 6 for us. Anyways, you can keep, so finally we got a 6, so that took a lot of rolls. So you can see it's always generating random numbers, right? So very interesting, and this is how you write. So you can learn up this thing. 1 plus 6 times mat.random. It's generating numbers from 1 to 6. Awesome. All right, guys. So now, so that's our basic, we made a dice game where we are printing out the value. Okay, but we are going to make it more interesting. Okay, so guys, stay on. So this was a simple program, but you can have different types of constructs in Java. So we were just writing in simple sequence. These are all this is called a sequence program where all the statements are one after another. Can you see? So double, then you're doing dice. So it's just like a simple algorithm, stepwise. Okay, now you can even do selection. So you can have if conditions, or you can do stuff in a loop. Let's say you want to roll the dice 5 times or 10 times. You can put it in a loop. Okay. So guys, let's go ahead and try some interesting things here. So how do we visualize these things? So types of programming construct sequence basically means in steps, like what we were doing till now. X is 10, x plus 5, print x. Okay. This is just written in simple terms, not Java. Okay. And then what is an example of selection? So in selection, what do? You're checking basically, you come into a condition. So if you see this diamond box here, right, it checks, is x greater than 0? If it's greater than 0, it prints positive. Otherwise, it prints negative, right? So it's a true false. So you can put things in if conditions, right? So let's go ahead and try that. So we are going to modify our dice program, and we are going to say that if the dice shows an even number, then you win. Otherwise, the computer wins. So can you see that there's a condition here? So we can't just do with a simple sequence. we are going to use selection statements, if. So I'm going to show you that. Okay, so we have modified our simple program, and now our goal is to roll the dice, and if the dice shows an even number, you're the winner, otherwise the computer wins. So let's see how we can modify our game here. All right, so I'll pull up the code here for you. And again, here's our goal, right? This is what we need to do. So even number, you win, odd number, computer wins. So let's see, how do we code this? All right, guys, it's very simple, believe me. So here we've got the dice number stored in dice. Okay, it's in our integer. So we basically, we can print out the dice also here as we are doing here. And now, because we want to see what the dice shows, and now we are going to add a if condition. So we can say if, okay. And what are we going to do here? If it's an even number, you win. So how do we calculate it's an even number? So we are going to take dice, and how do you find it's an even number? What is the remainder with the number 2? It's going to be 0. So we are going to use our remainder operator, which is percentage. This is called the modulus operator. So dice %2. So we are finding the remainder with 2. If that is equal to 0, you know that it's an even number, right? Because 2 remainder with 2 is 0, 4 remainder with 2 is 0, right? So the remainder is going to be 0. So we're going to say if this, then basically it's an even number, right? This is the case of even. So we can put in comment there, even number. And here we can say you win, okay? So, and we can print out saying you win, all right? So here you win. And now else, right? So if you don't win, the computer is going to win. So we can say else, and again open the braces here. And this time it's going to be the case of the odd number, right? So odd number, since I'm, out of space here, I'll just remove the comments for now and say odd number. Let's put that in here, system.out.println. So really, interesting, all this Java coding, and we can say computer wins. Okay, the computer wins here. All right, and there we can close that. So guys, do you see this? Okay, so what is the interesting thing we've added here? Now it's not a simple sequence, right? It's not a simple sequence. The program has an if condition. There's a selection going on. So if you take a look at the program, the initial part is simple, where we are just calculating what is the dice number, right? And if the dice number is even, that means if the dice %2 is, right, if it is equal to 0. So this part. So guys, if you take a look here, so if the remainder, so percent means the modulus, the remainder. So if the remainder with 2 is 0, then we print you win, otherwise the computer wins. And can you guys see the if else condition? So just like, if it's raining, we won't play today, otherwise we'll play today. It's an if else condition. So let's go ahead and try this out. So I'm going to compile this here. All right. So we are compiling it, and let's run it and see. So guys, let's run this program and see. So I'm going to keep let's go ahead and run this program. And there, let's see, you win. Wow, this time we got a 6 here. Can you see, guys? So we won the game because when the dice rolled, we got a 6. And remember, even number, you win. Odd number, the computer wins. All right. Is that clear? Okay, excellent. And guys, if you haven't hit the like button, please hit it right now, and also hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to click on the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our live classes. So I keep taking, classes on YouTube, and we have more classes, on our website, manochaacademy.com. So do check it out. So is this clear, guys? And let's run it again and see what happens. Okay, so this time we won. So let's run it and see. 2. Wow, we win again. Wow, that's pretty good. Let's run it again. This time the computer wins. Can you see? 5 is an odd number, so the remainder with 2 is going to be 1. It doesn't satisfy the if condition, so it's basically going to go down to the else here, right? So the dice is 5. It fails this if condition, goes here, and it says computer wins. Okay, again if we run it, you win. Wow, now we're getting a lot of 6, 1, computer wins, right? 1, again computer wins. So you can run this again, but you can see that this is irritating. We want to run it in a loop, right? We want to run it multiple times. So this is, we're doing some more advanced things here. So let's say, is that clear, guys? So this is how you write a simple program, but let's, make it more fancy. So what are we going to do? we're going to make it more fancy by using, what is our goal going to be? Let's say we want to roll the dice 7 times. Okay, we want to roll the dice 7 times. So if the dice shows an even number, you get a point. Otherwise, the computer gets a point, and then we need to find who wins the game. Okay, so we're going to modify this program because, we want to play the game just like, we have it's like a best of 7. So we're going to play the game 7 times, and let's see who wins, us or the computer. All right, so how do we do this? So basically, we are going to take the help of another construct called iterations, loops. So we have looked at sequence, which is, just step by step. We have looked at selection, which is, like an if else, or there's another thing called switch, which if you want to learn more, you can take my course also. And then there is the iteration, loops. So let's take a look at what is loops. Okay, so loop is basically doing something repeatedly. So as you can see the flow chart here, what's happening here, guys? Let's take a look. So in the starting x is 1, right? And we are checking the loop condition. Is x less than equal to 5? And we are going to print it, right? And then we are going to increase x by 1. And this is the loop part. So can you see the loop body here? This is looping back here. Can you guys see that? So it is basically right here, right now. And then we are looping back and again checking. So what is the loop going to be here? X is basically going to go from 1 to 5, because every time the condition is true, it prints x. So it will print 2 this time, again increase by 1, again go back. And it will only quit once the condition fails. So if the condition is true, the loop keeps running, right? Otherwise, once it goes to false, you can see it will exit the loop. Okay, and there are different kinds of loops or iterations, what we call it in Java. So you have the for loop, you have the while loop, do while loop, and all of them can in some situations for is better, where the number of times you need to loop. Sometimes while is better. So we are going to be looking at the for loop here, because we need to loop 7 times. So what is the for loop? Okay, how does the statement look like? So this is an example of the for loop here. You need to write the initial condition, initial value, the initialization, not the condition, sorry, the initial value, as you can see here. So first you have to write the initialization in the for loop, then your condition, because the loop will run as long as the condition is true. If the condition is false, the loop quits. And then your iteration, right, which is basically you want to increase or decrease. You're iterating over I. So here's an example here on the screen, guys. Can you see? For int I equal to 1. So what is the starting value? 1. Okay, what is the condition here? So can you see this, this symbol? This is actually less than equal to, because it's, not easy to type the less than equal to how we write in maths. So we have written less than equal to here with that, less than symbol and then the equal to sign. And I plus plus basically means, so this part increment I by 1. So what is the meaning of I plus plus? Increase I by 1. Or you can write it as I equal to I plus 1. And then you're printing out I here. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look of how to do this. So what's our goal here, guys? Please take a look at the goal again. This time we need to roll the dice 7 times. Okay, so we have to roll the dice 7 times. Now if the dice shows an even number, you get a point. Otherwise, if it's an odd number like before, the computer gets the point. And we need to find who wins the game. So guys, are you ready to write this more complicated program? But I'm going to make it super easy for you. So let's go ahead and try. So we are basically making the dice game more interesting. So again, we're going to use all these elements of rolling the dice and all this stuff here. Okay, so we have all this good stuff, but this time we're going to put it in a loop. Okay, because we want to play this 7 times, right? Do you guys agree? Okay, so we're going to put this in a loop. So let's go ahead and put it in a loop here. So for int, okay, so for int I equal to 1, right? And I less than equal to, what should it be? Because we have to play the game 7 times. Remember that? So we're going to do less than equal to 7. Okay. And then we are going to do I plus plus, because we're going to increment it. Okay. And then I'm going to open the loop here. Okay. So let's shift all of this, because this is all going to be inside the loop now. Right. Okay. So we're going to shift all of this in here. And let's close the loop body. So always we must remember to, when we open a curly brace, we must close it here. So there you can see I'm going to close the loop here. Okay, so that's our for loop. All of you see that? Okay, and now let's take a look. So if the dice is right? If it's an even number, now we won't print we win. Basically, we are going to do some point system here, right? So let's go ahead and put some point variables for point, right? So we can put a variable here, int r points, okay? So we can call it my points, right? So my p points here. So my points equal to 0 and int computer points equal to 0, right? So we can say C points for computer points. Okay, so we have initialized that to 0 here. All right, guys, we have initialized it to 0. Now, basically, what are we going to do? We are basically going to, if we win, we are going to increase my points to by 1. So instead of printing out we win, we are going to say my points plus plus. Do you guys get this? Please take a look here. So we are increasing our points. If the computer wins, else, we are basically going to do else C points plus plus. Do you guys agree? So whoever wins, we are basically increasing the points here. So my points and computer points. Okay, so what are we doing in this looping? Some of you are asking, can you explain looping? Very simple. We are basically running all this code inside this for loop. Can you guys see this pink highlighting here? So this is our for loop and all this code is going to be run in that. Why? Because we want to play the dice 7 times. We have to run that random number 7 times here. Okay, and you'll see that because every time it will be printed out here. So guys, you can see the dice is being printed out. Okay, now let's take a look. So this is basically we have right, our points will increase, otherwise the computer points will increase. Now once we are outside the loop, so we have played it, right, we need to check whose points is greater, right, and that person wins. So we need to do this after the loop, right? So we are going to say if. So what do we say here, guys? If my points, right, so if our points is greater than the computer points, right, then we'll say you win. Okay, so you win here. So print line, you win. Do you guys agree? Please take a look. I'm doing it live, in case I make some mistake, let me know in the chat here. So you win, right? Else, okay? So we're going to go for else here. So else the computer wins, right? And you can just copy down this line and just change the text here. So else computer wins. Okay, and we are going to close that. So all of you see this here, please take a look. Awesome. So very simple. Let's go through the code again. Just let's understand the code here, and let's see, in case there are some issues, please let me know, because I'm doing it live here. So let's take a look. So class dice game, we have improved our game here. So all of you please follow this here. So this is our class dice game. This is the main function. Okay, and now what are we doing? We are starting with our points to be 0. Just like when the game starts, the points are 0. Then the computer points, so this is my points or our points, this is the computer points, they're both 0. Okay, all right. You can also write this in one line if you want. You can put a comma and write it, but that's not so important. Now here's our loop. We are looping 7 times, and every time in the loop, basically what are we doing? We are generating these random numbers and changing it to the range 1 to 6 and printing out our dice. So you'll be seeing the dice value here. Okay, now if the dice, right, if it's an even number, then we increase our points. Otherwise, if it's an odd number, we increase the computer's points. Is that clear? Now, if my points is greater than the computer points, then you win. Okay, and there won't be the case when it's going to be equal, right? Because there are an odd number of games here. So it can't be equal, right? So if my points is greater than computer points, so then we win, right? Otherwise, the computer wins. So guys, are you ready to play the game? Okay, are you ready to, so why am I typing plus 2 times? Good question. So this is the operator. I'm using this arithmetic operator. So guys, another way to do this is you can write my points equals my points plus 1, So what does this mean? You're increasing so the new value of my points is old points plus 1. But the shortcut of this is writing my points plus plus. Basically, it means increment it, okay? So instead of writing all this, we can just write it in short. Plus plus basically means increase by 1. Okay, so this is our increment operator. So let's go ahead and compile this. Okay, great. The class is compiled without any errors. Hopefully it runs, so let's go ahead and check it out, guys. So I'm going to right click here and then let's click on main, okay, to run this. And let's see who's going to win. Okay, and let's pull up the screen here, right? So I'm going to pull up the game here and oh, the computer wins. Can you see the roll of dice? 5, 5, 3, 4, 1, 5, 4. Looks like the computer cheated, but this is not cheating because the math.random, it generates random numbers. Okay, so guys, can you see that? Why is the computer won? The first time it won odd number, again odd number, again odd number. So first 3 times it won, then 4 we won, and then last one we won. So actually we could even print out the points. Okay, so clearly you guys can see that. So if you want, you can even print out the points, right? So if you guys want that, we can add it here. Very simple. So before we do the win or lose, we're going to print the points here. Okay, so very simple. We can say system.out print line your points. All right, so we're going to say that your points equals, and we're going to print the value of my points. All right, and we're going to do the same thing for the computer's points. So computer points, and we separate this string with this variable with the plus sign, so C points. Okay, so let's compile this and see, guys, who wins this time. So we're going to compile it. All right, and let's close the program and run it again. Let's see what happens. Okay, we win. Okay, so this was a close match. We won 4 times. The computer won 3 times. There you can see, guys, we got there were 4 times there's an even number, and 3 times the computer got a odd number. Can you guys see that? And I'm going to open the program here for you. So this is the full program, guys. Please take a look. So this time, we won the game. Okay, and how is Java choosing the numbers? Math.random. Yeah, that's very interesting. That's a function. So we have to go into the detail of how the random function is written. So it's actually pseudo-random. It's generating random based on an algorithm, but it's pretty much random. So every time you run it, it's going to give different result. It's like really rolling a dice. Okay. So this time we won. You want to try it again? Very simple. Just right click on it and you can play the game again. There you can see. So this time again we won. This time 5:2. Okay, and if you want to play the game 100 times, you can just change the loop value. Okay, as simple as that. You can just change the loop value. So let's say you want to play this game 100 times. So the only change we need to make here in this entire program, guys, is to change from 7 to 100. Do you guys want to try it? So how many times you want to play this game? So instead of 7, how many times do you want to play? Should we try 100, guys? So let's say we play the game 100 times. Are you ready? Okay, so I'm going to change 7 to 100 here. All right, so let's go ahead and compile. There you can see the program has compiled 500. Okay, Kia is saying 500. Okay, Dinesh says 100. Let's try 100. So let's run it and see what happens this time. Okay, I'm going to hit the main and let's see who's going to win, the computer or us. And there you can see, oh, this time the computer wins. Okay, so it's really played it 100 times. If you scroll up and see, so there's so many numbers. So I'm scrolling it here for you, but we're going to look at the final points, and you can see your points is 46, computer points is 54. So computer wins. Yes, you can play it even 1,000 times, right? So we can do 1,000 here, whatever value you want. So just again, don't forget to compile it. So we hit the compile here. Let's run the game. And this time again, the computer wins. Okay, I want to rerun the game. Computer wins. My God. Computer wins. Wow. You win. Okay, so this time we won. That means there were more even numbers on the roll. But can you see the numbers are getting closer? 500 and 400. Because this is all a game of probability, because the more you play, you'll almost get, pretty close numbers of odd and even. So only we had to change one value in the program and our program is super ready. So we have written an excellent program where we just changed one value and we were able to play the game 1,000 times, right? But of course there's a limit. Some of you are saying million, billion, there's a limit to the integer. You might have to go for long. data types which can hold larger values. So okay, we'll discuss those in more future classes. All right, so guys, is that clear? So this is how we play the game, and let me just scroll the program again for you. So this is how you write your first dice game, and the trick is in this line. That's the line for rolling the dice. So this line, guys, that I'm highlighting here, 1 plus 6 times mat.random, the entire magic is in this line, and then converting that to an integer. Okay, and then basically you're checking for odd and even with this if condition. You're printing out the points, you're incrementing the points, and then basically if your points are more, you print you win, otherwise the computer wins. All right, is that clear? Awesome, guys. So hope you enjoyed this class, and as I said, I'm taking this full course of Java programming. So this is our new course with more live classes on our website, manochaacademy.com. I put the links below. The course is at a big discount. So guys, if you're interested in learning Java programming on our website in more detail, then this course is there on our website, manochaacademy.com. The links are given below, and our website has more courses, physics, chemistry, maths. So do check it out, guys, and make sure you do share it also with your friends. You guys are fantastic. I was continuously seeing the chat, some of you also, Aditya, saying what are infinite loops, where basically the loop never ends, So you can have certain conditions where, let's say, the condition is true, then the loop will never end. Okay, so if you want to learn all those details about infinite loops and more things, because in our Java course we are going through all the concepts in Java, the basic concepts and programming, and we are going into the details of object-oriented programming, loops, and data types, and all these things, so that you can become an expert programmer. Okay, and yeah, this is for any class, whether you're in class 7, 8, or even class 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or you're in class 11, 12. If you want to learn Java programming, then this course will be really useful for you. It's on our website, manochaacademy.com, and Java is one of the great languages to learn programming, because it makes, the concepts really easy. The programming flow is very good, and you can learn the different parts of, how the computer works, because you're thinking now as a computer. You're thinking in terms of steps, or in terms of selection, right? Steps is the sequence, or if conditions, or loops, which are iterations. Okay, so yes, I know many of you have already taken the course. Guys, if you haven't taken the course, do take a look on our website. I put the links below, and we have other courses like physics, chemistry, and maths for class 9 and 10. So guys, do take them. They're on big discounts, and do share it out with your friends, because I take more live classes in these courses, and these are full courses where we have more detailed videos, and there are quizzes and questions, and we also are going to be putting mock tests. So a lot of good stuff, useful stuff for you guys. So thanks a lot, guys, for joining in on this live class. And if you haven't hit the like button, please hit it right now. Wow, more than 600 likes. Thank you, guys. Thanks a lot. I really enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed this live class, and take care, everyone. So hope all of you are doing good, and do take care of your health, because this is a difficult time, but I'm sure, this time is going to get over with this COVID and coronavirus. But do take care of your health, keep the momentum going, keep studying, and wishing you all the very best with your studies. So when is the next live class? I'll try to take another class next week. It might be on, physics, chemistry, or maths. So if you guys have any suggestions, please put it in the comments below. So if you would want, because you guys had requested for this Java coding class, a demo class, so I've given the demo class to you here. And if you want more classes like this, they are available on our website, manochaacademy.com, where we have just recently started this course. Okay, so you guys can check out our website, and you'll get the recordings of the previous classes. So no worries about that. And yes, if you want more suggestions, like please do put it in the comments below. All right, guys, thanks a lot. And yes, some of you are saying play it again. I'd like you guys to try. So if you guys have access to a computer, you can try this on BlueJ. But don't worry if you don't have access, because I show the live programming like this. Okay, all right. Okay, guys. Thanks a lot. I really enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And please do remember to share our channel, Manocha Academy, with your friends. and do hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and the like button for this video. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care and see you in the next live class. I keep taking live classes once in a week on YouTube or sometimes more. So do subscribe to our channel, and for more live classes and more good stuff like quizzes, questions, mock tests, do go to our website manochaacademy.com. Yes, I know there have been a lot of requests for Python. Definitely we will try to have a course on Python also soon. Right now we are doing it on Java. Some of the people have requested for C++. So definitely we are trying to bring more courses. Thanks a lot, guys. Thank you. Bye bye, guys, and do write your feedback in the comments. We always read your feedback, and a big thanks from the Manocha Academy team, because we are now a family of more than 3,20,000. So it's all thanks to your love and support. So thank you, guys. Take care, and wishing you all the very best. All right, with your work and studies, come on, keep the momentum going, and I'm sure you guys will do well. All right, guys. So this is Sandeep Manocha signing off. See you in the next live class. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.